Hello, guys, and welcome back to Higurashi Go. We're on episode 7 and part 3 of Wata Damashi Hen, aka Cotton-Deceiving chapter. Last episode ended off at a hype note. I want to say again, I wonder if that's gonna be a thing, because Ani Damahashi Hen episode 2 ended on a really hype note with the Rita dance mixed in with Takano, and last episode ended in a hype note mixing in the ending song with slow motion walking to the storage shed with close-ups of Takano. I mean, seems like a formula for success in my opinion. I support it. Yeah, but we'll see. If we're following the normal timeline, we'll obviously get some storage shed stuff. Kimiyoshi will disappear. Talk with Rika. Rika and Satoko disappear. But we'll see how that plays out. Again, it needs to be a bit faster. I think Keiichi will actually maybe die this arc. The interesting thing about watching Adachi is that it's not like Takano and the Mountain Gods really have much to do in this arc anyways, because their plan gets screwed over by Shion. But I still think they'll probably both disappear again. I still like my theory that all the killers that get high syndrome in the arts aim for Takano and Tomotaki first instead of what they usually do. I think that's pretty good. Anyways, yeah. Let's get started. Today's snack of choice. Instead of actually doing a snack, we're doing tea. This is matcha with Jermachaya? I forgot how you pronounce it. Matcha with Den Meicha by Brooks Kanagawa. Made with high-grade matcha, this unique blend of tea features Meicha, I don't know how to pronounce it, which is a combination of green tea and toasted brown rice that has a rich, nutty taste. So I've had green tea with Meicha before, but never matcha with it. It was really good. Green tea is usually pretty neutral for me, but I do like the Denmeichia taste. Like smell wise, it kind of smells like like those toasted rice puff things. It really just smells like that, which is actually smells really good. So let's give it a taste. I usually let my tea sit a lot longer, unless I like to wait until it's warm. But we'll try. Also, you're supposed to do a smaller cup, like a 140 cup, but I'm just using a standard cup since I don't own small Asian teacups, so might be a little diluted, but not much I can do. I mean, it tastes like tea. I do. I mean, yeah, it tastes like tea. I like tea, but I'm more of a coffee guy. Just because, in my opinion, coffee the taste is way stronger, while tea, it's more about the scent when you're drinking it. Not saying one is better than the other. I drink both. But yeah, anyways, fun experiment. Always fun trying something else. I have another packet of tea, and there's instructions for doing cold tea, which sounds kind of nice since I'm more of a cold coffee and tea drinker nowadays. So we'll try it out. Still a little phlegmy in the throat, stuffy in the nose. Not too stuffy though. Like I can smell the tea. If you're wondering, that's hindering my taste. But yeah. Anyways, let's start. Let's start. Um. We'll timer-based reaction. Get your own copy of the episode and sync it up. Again, I'm using the Blu-ray version, which does not have Funimation's logos at the beginning, which means mine is 23 minutes 41 seconds, so you may need to adjust it for proper use. Just speed forward through the Funimation logos before you synchronize. Um, yeah, timer in the bottom right to help you. And at the end of the episode, we will discuss it. I'm excited. I wonder if they're gonna keep it like very low deviation to watch an Adashi, or if they're gonna start hard deviating, because this would be the point to start hard deviating. But yeah, let's start in 3, 2, 1, go. Right, starting right off in the storage room. See if we get Takano history lesson. Don't mind me. Oh yeah, Teichi fucking up. This was always funny. Hi Hanyu, looking a little weird. Bum, 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 bum. This song's been growing on me. Not gonna lie. I like it a lot now. You know what else has been growing on me though? Um, the original Higurashi sprites. I'll be honest, when I first started playing the visual novel, I thought the Higurashi, like the original sprites, looked pretty bad no matter what people said, but they've really been growing on me throughout the years, man. I actually like kind of like them a lot. I understand now when people say they're more expressive. Though for me, my nostalgia, if you may call it, is the Alchemist sprite still, but I like it now. It's funny. This is nice. I do prefer matcha over green tea. Though that just might be the normal opinion. Though the den matcha kind of covers the matcha taste, to be honest. Which I don't mind, because I like den matcha, or whatever it's called. But, yeah. Bam, 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 bam. Oh, baby, ready for a Takano history lesson? Maybe? Also, new storehouse. Do we still have the sarcophagus? Hmm. What did they do to Han? You did? Wooden mallet. Oh, baby. The Ani story? That's cool. Again, source material that wasn't really in the original anime. Yeah, we're actually getting this. That's cool. I like it. Bro, look at those Anis. They look so derpy. Honey's looking a little thick in that in that picture, right? Okay. Chilling. A wooing. I forgot how much of this is true and fake. I know the Ani stuff isn't exactly true, but it's like some creative decisions changing the story, right? You know, this is actually true. I don't know about the feasting part. How would he know? No, judge. Yeah, exactly. He is a bit loud. I like the energy though. Telling me they use that to kill people with that hoe? That hoe looks like it'll just break. He's freaking pissed. I think that's slightly different than the original story. Wow. Shion. Well, you kind of did something by touching it. Just broke his head. Also, Shion didn't notice the Hanyu jumping around. Also, I was trying to say, I think Keiichi's being more defensive of Hinamizawa than he was in the source material. Also, obviously, the head falling off is new too. Or I guess if Hanyu's not really involved in the fragments, then she wouldn't be here to jump around. Didn't really think of it like that. That's why we didn't see Keiichi being followed by Hanyu, and maybe that's why he didn't get super high syndrome, because Hanyu wasn't there trying to help but making things worse. That was fun. Probably won't see Takano again, but glad we got a nice handful of her. Uh-oh. To be fair, I bet like the majority of the people don't even know the true reason, right? So like how much does it actually matter? Aww. No, I love those moments. Wholesome. Maybe this will be the series where true love blossoms. Though I'm pretty sure Tatana's still crazy, obviously. She just gets screwed over. Dude, I hope they do those. Keiichi streaming at Shion over the phone. Fucking love that scene, if you know me. I don't know if they will do. And you knocked over his head, man. Hanyu's steaming right now. From above. Yo, where's the Toko? Mm. I believe that happened too, actually. Keiichi found like Mion and some others first. And so Toko was split. This is the same interaction. Aww. Cute. Same question. Seems pretty similar so far. If they're doing this, they're gonna do the whole thing, right? Oishi asking the same question, Mian and Shion asking the same question. Nice. Oh, Oishi. Man, straight chillin'. This is different. This is actually different? Okay. New tech incoming? Still think Oishi is the main suspect for the mastermind of the new world. I just don't have evidence. He's a chill guy. So this is the library conversation, huh? It's probably true. But someone covering up for... Ooh. Okay, so this is the library scene. Fully. Without the Shion as Mion scene. Skipping over that. So they're gonna skip the library scene. They're reversing the questioning, by the way, too. I think. Actually, maybe not. It's always kind of funny. So at least one person from Hinamizawa saw them, and one person, oh, Oishi saw them too. Little unlucky. Eh. Nice astronaut calendar, by the way. So they're doing it right away. I wonder why they're doing this so early. Yeah. So it is the same. Well, different, but the same as Ani Damashi. They stole one? What the heck? No, that's weird. Okay, that actually changes things. That was you! We have stuff to talk about, dude. Stream, stream. It's my favorite scene, dude. Dude, I love those parts. How are you gonna take responsibility for this? Oh, I love that scene. I'm so happy they put it in. They trimmed it in the OG anime. Okay. I wonder if they're down call about Kimiyoshi. Also, Shion's. It could be Mion too. Ah, bruh, I don't know. Ooh, he's looking rough. And Kimiyoshi's relatives didn't call Keiichi, so I don't think he's not missing this time. Since that's not Shion's MO if she's planned all of this from the start, right? And this is Shion, I assume. Maybe. Or Mia. Bro, I do that. Love how Keiichi says that. Also, Kimiyoshi is done. Okay. 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 So I was wrong about that. Rita needs to like. I need to see in Rita's head, bro. What does she think of this double disappearance, or does she even know about it? Ooh. Here's the Rita talk. It's different setting again. Okay. Kitty analogies. Did Rita always have bows on her socks, dude? Never noticed that. This is this is done. Well, now she knows about two missing, I think. Maybe. She's just burning it up. Well, not the responses expecting. This is mature retardus. Oh, here we go. Toto saving us? What a weird response from Rika. That sounds funny. It's over, dude. Are you kidding me? Dude, that was a fun episode. Lots to unpack, actually. Finally seen some major changes within the arc. It's very interesting. I'm really trying to think of how this works. And the Tatano Tomotaki information we got actually kind of throws me off a bit. About. I don't know. Good stuff, though. Ba 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 ba. Sorry. I am surprised Kimiyoshi disappeared, which makes me think Mion's not the killer, at least. Ba 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 ba. Dude, one episode left for this arc, huh? Okay, we are officially done the episode. Thank you for watching. Stick around if you want to hear me talk about it for a bit. There's a bit to unpack here. Lots of interesting stuff. Maybe we'll think of some theories on our way here. So we got the Takano talk in the storehouse. Happy to see it. A lot of it is pretty matching, equivalent to the source material, obviously shortened down, but they did talk about the Ani history and stuff, which is cool. Again, I'll keep repeating it, but while it's the source material, it's more closer to the source material than the original anime run. So it's actually like, it's kind of like a first time seeing it in anime. So it's kind of cool seeing the Ani story. Even though the Anis look kind of like frog people, dude. But we did get a new thing. Couple new observations. One, Shion knocks over Oyashiro Sama's head. Hanyu's freaky statue. But it's kind of an observation. I guess I kind of missed out. We can kind of assume that Hanyu is not interacting with the fragments since her power is too weak. She's just chilling in the sea of fragments, right? So that's why we don't have any conversation about the stomping, because in the original source material, both Shion and Tomotaki hear Hanyu stomping around because Hanyu's getting pissed at Takano for telling scary stories about her. And though you don't know it at the time, it's later, once you learn about the syndrome, it's actually a hint to showcase that both Tomotaki and Shion are high levels of syndrome. obviously we don't have that because I don't think Hanyu's here, which kind of ties back to Ani Damashi Hen. And it's something I didn't think about, but that could also be a reason why Keiichi didn't reach a higher level of syndrome. Yes, he got help from Rita and his memories, but also the fact that he didn't experience someone following him to boost the paranoia probably did help with him not going crazy. So that's something cool. But the rest of it's pretty much the same with Tomotaki and stuff. Good scene, good scene. Again, lots of Takano. Honestly, more Takano than I expected this art to give. I thought that would be like fairly more vague with Takano until we get like a Rika POV. But yeah, you love to see it. Well, I love to see it. I don't know if the majority of people love to see it. Get a little flirty stuff with Tomotaki and Takano. Now, I really love to see that. Still love that couple. Still hoping one day you get an arc where Tomotaki wins over Takano before the whole massacre event happens. I don't even know if that's possible, but would love to see that. And then she works from the beginning and stopping it from like Otonogi, I guess, who would be next in command. But yeah, pretty much up until the halfway point. It's the same. Keiichi meets up with the gang. Satoko's not there. Is this the same? I don't remember. I remember the scene where like Keiichi kind of plays off that he was there, talking about how Rita did great, and then it was clear that Rita made a mistake. So that was the same. For some reason in my memory, I do think that like Satoko and maybe one other person was missing, and they're like splitting up looking for Keiichi, but I'm not 100% sure. But anyways, I'm pretty sure it's like the same. So basically, like the first half of the episode was pretty the same, besides some observations about Hanyu and stone statue head falling off. But then, so then they have the little talk with Mion where she hits Keiichi with the classic questions of, did you see Shion, Takano, and Tomotaki? This was also a kind of a nice thing in Watanabashi, because then after that, Shion dressed up as Mion asked Keiichi the same questions. Oishi asked the same questions. Then Shion, just being normal, Shion asked Keiichi over the phone, and it was really creepy. So once I heard this, I'm like, oh, they're definitely, if they're actually doing this line of questioning, then they're definitely gonna do a similar thing, and they did, but they sped it up for good reason, I guess. So we, instead of getting the library scene where later Shion invites Keiichi to the library, I believe, to talk about Tomotaki and Takano, the situation, Takano missing, Tomotaki dead, but gets like caught black by Oishi, who questions Keiichi and asks the same questions, which was pretty creepy. But instead we have Oishi right after the festival talking to Keiichi, which is interesting, but it's not that suspicious because Shion also tells Keiichi the same night, so I can't really put that on Oishi, but obviously Oishi's being super sus. I really do feel like it's still Oishi as the mastermind, but I literally can't actually logic it out, really. We'll definitely talk about it a bit more once we get to the conversation, though. But yeah, Oishi's kind of being a little creepy. More than usual. So we get right to this phone call with Shion where Shion questions things, which again, it's so early. Usually this is like at least the next day, but again, it's sort of an accelerated storyline. Not because they need time, just because it's a whole different arc, right? So we get some cool information. So the two of them went to the parking lot and stole a truck and left in a hurry with worried faces. What does this mean? When I see this scene, I immediately think Tokyo. Because one of my original theories is that maybe Tokyo's the one that deals with Tomotaki and Takana. Not like I kind of scrapped it because Rena seemed like such an obvious choice, but um, and you're like Aiden, why Tokyo? Because maybe we see later that they're sort of packing up and leaving Hinamizawa, which I found a little odd just because it was implied in the original story that even if Takano died, um, they would still commence the operation. But I think but my counter logic to that was Tomotaki dying really puts a screw on things because he needs to die at a certain point. But then I remember it's like I don't know, dude. He actually disappears on the day he dies. So does it actually matter? Like does he actually die, or does Tomotaki and Takano just leave with the freaking van and dip? I don't maybe my dream of Tomotaki and Tatano becoming a lovey-dovey couple and leaving Tatano's madness behind is actually a reality. Smiley face. But no, I don't know. It feels like what I mean by Tokyo. Maybe they're because the original thing was Tokyo was this whole thing was basically a ploy to gain power. Like a certain faction would gain power and kind of kick out the leaders because they let this whole disaster happen under their leadership, even though they had no idea what it was. Maybe a change of plan happened and they want to wrap this whole thing up and hide it so they take care of the main people who know. We don't know if Irie dies. I don't think they mention it, but Tomodachi and Tatano obviously need to know. Tatano because she knows about the ploy, and Tomodachi I don't really know exactly. I guess because he's also a big player in it. I mean, I kind of assume they try to kill Irie too, but that's more headcanon until we actually see him because he hasn't actually been introduced in the arc right now. Um, and yeah, they take care of him and they evacuate, or they leave the Senate and Hinamiza and pretend nothing happened since this operation is really under wraps. So that's my new theory now. I think it's more plausible than Oishi is after them. Maybe it looks like Tatano is giving Tomodachi orders. Maybe Tatano had a change of heart. It's so I don't want to believe that, even though I kind of love it in my head. Um, that's what it feels like. Obviously, you can look at it and say, if they're running away from something, like maybe it is Oishi. You know, he's I don't know, freaking Oishi's police death squad, or the Sonozaki's chasing them. I just don't really have a clue. I feel like Tokyo's my the most comfortable answer I have for this right now. Um, they hit us with kind of the streaming scene. It's not exactly the same, but it's good enough. It's more than we got in the OG anime. I love it, dude. I love Kiji just popping off, going on a mini tangent. It's honestly low key one of my favorites Keiichi monologues, dude. How you gotta take responsibility for this, huh? I didn't even want to go. I just wanted to watch Rika's dance. That shit is fire. Then we get stressed out Keiichi, stressed out Mion, who's probably Shion. It's a weird story. I don't know if it's gonna be Mion. Now that we know Kimiyoshi's disappeared, just because there's literally no reason for Mion to kill Kimiyoshi, right? If Kimiyoshi didn't disappear, I'd say that there's still like a 50-50 for Mion Shion. But I'm really feeling that it's Shion. That they might just reverse Uno that. um but yeah, then we get a final scene. Very interesting. The Rita Keiichi conversation that didn't really go the way I thought it would. Because we were kind of questioning, does I really want to see Rika's POV, because how does she feel about Tomodachi and Takano missing? But obviously we haven't seen that. So Rita just takes this whole different approach to it, where she's like, okay, instead of like in Mayatashi or Watanashi, she doesn't like encourage Keiichi. She's just like, oh, you made the wrong decision. This world's fucked. And while like in the reaction, I was like, oh, that's kind of crazy. It does make sense, just because the world is actually effed. Because again, to win this world and get the perfect world, there needs to be a lot of pieces in place before Watanabe. And I guess if Rika already hears that Takano and Toмотaki are quote unquote dead, well, she assumes Toмотaki is dead anyways. Um, then the world's already over. You need to stop Takano before this plan already happened. So that's why she's like, oh, well, this world's over. Whatever. Thanks, Keiichi. So it's actually a kind of an appropriate response, but savage, and it's kind of more than I expected from Rika as a playmaker. She's just folding this hand. Um, but yeah. And she did react. She's like, "Oh, they haven't found Tomotaki's body yet. How strange." You know, it's not a slight on Rita, but even despite Rita being like super smart and stuff, she during like Mina Duroshi and stuff, she did feel a little like not very what's the word, perceptive to like some obvious questions and stuff. So so I guess it kind of made sense that she didn't like immediately jump on the change that Tomotaki's body has not been found yet, despite that being like literally a common factor of all the fragments beforehand, besides Mayatashi when you actively stopped him from dying. Um, but I'm sure we'll see her reaction eventually. It'll be fun seeing her logic stuff out, maybe back in the sea where she can talk to Hanyu. And then Satoko obviously saves the day by talking about super slaughter, sludge, explosion, murder, dodgeball in a super serious face, dude. Dude, she's so adorable, man. I love her look in the new animation. You know, hot take, well, not even a hot take, just take about the animation. I think I generally like everyone now. It took a little bit to get used to, especially Teichi. I think everyone looks a little like pudgy in this one, but it's cute. I like it now. It works especially well for Satoko and Rika, I think. But anyways, I think we'll wrap it up there. Some good thoughts, good thoughts. I think yeah, I think the Tokyo thought made sense. It's not a clear answer, but it kind of made sense with the idea that Tomodachi and Takano needs to run away from an immediate threat that they can't just call the mountain dogs for. And it kind of made sense that if the threat is actually just the mountain dogs chasing after them, because you can kind of assume that mountain dogs would do a pretty good job protecting them. And you're like, yes, Aiden, they're actually jobbers. We see them be pretty shitty, but like they don't know that, dude. But I guess we'll see. Next episode will be the arc finale. Should be fun. Maybe see some nail finger torture stuff. Who knows? Maybe Mion's gun will be shot. Here's hoping. But yeah, thanks for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed this episode and see you next time. Peace.